सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै। Let us chant from 7 to 14. ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वाशयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते उत्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमूढानानुपश्यन्ति पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषः यतन्तो योगिनश्चैनं पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितं यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनं पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ गामावेश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्. So in the first 2.5 verses, Bhagavān describes the samsara. From the second half of the third verse up to 6, how to come out of samsara, how to destroy the samsara, that topic is taken up. 7 to 11, Bhagavān discusses how he himself has become the Jivatma. From 12 to 15, now Bhagavān describes how he himself has become the Jagat also. Jiva is also Bhagavān alone. Jagat also is Bhagavān alone. So yesterday we were seeing verse number 14. So Bhagavān says that sun which nourishes the entire world illumines the entire world, that power in that sun, know it to be mine. That power in that moon, which nourishes the entire plants, know it to be mine. And moreover, so here in the 14th verse, Bhagavān says that digestive fire inside the body. So not only all the powers outside, but even the powers inside, Bhagavān says it is mine alone. So the whole discussion is, there are infinite number of factors which keep us alive on the planet. Infinite number of factors outside as well as inside the body. We don't have any control over any of these factors. All these factors are controlled by Bhagavān alone. Some of the samples alone are given here. So Bhagavān says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. I reside in this body as what? As Vaishvanara, as the digestive fire. So what does the digestive fire do? Pachamyannam chaturvidham. This digestive fire, Bhagavān says, I, in the form of this digestive fire, with the help of prāna and apāna, I digest the food in the body. So the food is digested by two types of fires. Two types of cooking are necessary. One is the external cooking. With the external fire you cook food, and then after eating, in the second type of cooking is done by the internal fire of digestive fire. So Bhagavān says that external fire also is me alone. Earlier it is said, Yat Chandramasi Yachagnav Tattejo Vidhi Mamakam. So that external fire is also me alone. That internal fire also is me alone. So here it is said, prāna-apāna samayuktaha. So why this prāna-apāna? Apāna means inhalation, prāna means exhalation. So this inhalation and exhalation has something to do with digestion. So according to Ayurveda, the digestion happens because of samāna vayu. We have pancha pranas, prāna, apāna, vyāna, udāna, samāna. So which is that vayu which is responsible for digesting the food? It is the samāna vayu. So this samāna vayu becomes strengthened with prāna and apāna, with inhalation, exhalation. So if you are regularly doing pranayama, you will find that if you regularly do it, the hunger and thirst will become intense. The digestive fire will become intense. So that is one reason why we say if you want good health, do pranayama. Because if the digestion is happening properly, 90% of the disease will vanish. They say all the problems start in the stomach. So Bhagavān says that digestive fire is me. And what are you doing, Bhagavān, being digestive fire? Pachamyannam chaturvidham. I digest these 4 kinds of food. What are the 4 kinds of food? What are the 4 kinds? It's not mentioned. So you may say rice, chapati, curd rice and all that. But then Bhagavān Shankaracharya say, no. This division is made based on the way in which we take food. Because the varieties of food, it can be infinite. Indian, North Indian, South Indian, Mexican, Italian, there is no limit. But the food can be divided into 4 based on how we consume. So what are the 4 types? Number 1, bhakshyam. Number 2, bhojyam. Number 3, lehyam. And number 4, choshyam. These are the 4 ways in which the food can be consumed. So the first one is bhakshyam. Bhakshya means that food which we chew and eat. Chewing and eating. Rice, chapati, etc. we chew and eat. So therefore they are called as bhakshyam. The second one is bhojyam, that we swallow, that we drink. The fruit juices, tea, coffee, etc. all of them we drink without chewing, isn't it? So that is called as bhojyam. The third one is lekhyam. Lekhyam means what? All these Ayurvedic medicines, some of them are lekhyams. Lekhyam means that we lick and eat. Lih means to lick. Like honey, it's a lekhyam. Pickle, it's a lekhyam. And the fourth one is choshyam. Choshyam means that you suck and take in. Like sugar cane juice. You bite it and then suck the juice in. So that is called choshyam. So bhakshyam, bhojyam, lekhyam, choshyam. These are the chaturvidha anna. A fifth one is not possible for a healthy human being. Don't say, Swamiji, this intravenous feeding is possible or nasal feeding is possible. We are talking of healthy human beings. They are all unnatural ways of feeding, when the natural ways doesn't work. So these are the only 4 ways in which you can eat food. You may think over. So Bhagavān says, whatever way you eat food, the one who is digesting this food is none other than me, myself. Then, so the outer world over, inner world over, now the mental world. Next verse, verse number 15. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha mattasmritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyaha Vedanta krit veda videva chaham sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha mattasmritir jnanam apohanam cha Vedanta krit veda videva chaham. Yes. So what does Bhagavān say? Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. In all beings, I am seated in their very heart. Sannivishtaha. I am seated where? Hridi, in one's own heart. In all the beings, Bhagavān is seated. Where? In the heart. So that is why we do namaste. Namaste means what? Namaha te. My prostration unto you. So whom are we prostrating? We are prostrating to the Lord seated in the heart of all beings. Our culture is not hi, bye and all that. We are not trying to get rid of some buffalo or something. That's how the Gurudev says. When you want to, deal with a buffalo, you say hi, etc. This is Gurudev's joke. So when we greet others, this is Indian culture. See how noble and great it is. Namaste. Not even shake hand. Gurudev used to say, in the olden days they made this shake hand because each one was not trusting the other. Whether the other fellow is coming with a knife or a gun. So in order to make sure that the hands don't contain anything, they used to shake hands. It is born out of mistrust, lack of trust in the other. In some countries it is hugging to show that both the hands are empty. Right? Whereas in Indian culture it is namaste, prostration unto the Lord in you. And sometimes we say Ram Ram, Hari Om, etc. Bhagwan's name is chanted. What a noble culture, what a great culture Indian culture is. It is because Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishta. You may not be liking that person, but what to do? Bhagwan is seated in his heart. So you will have to prostrate unto him. So Bhagwan says, I am seated in the heart of all. Mattaha smritihi jnanam apohanam cha. From me has come what? Smriti, remembrance. Jnanam, knowledge. Apohanam, forgetfulness. So these are the things which happen at the mind level. So through the mind you gain knowledge, jnanam. And whatever knowledge you have gained, you try to remember it, smritihi. And then without your knowledge, you forget it also. Without your conscious effort, you forget it. So Bhagavan says, all the three happens because of me. It is because of me that you are able to know. It is because of me that you are able to remember. And it is also because of me that you are able to forget. But this forgetting, how can it be a positive thing? So we say there are very many instances where forgetting an incident is a blessing. It's a blessing. Very many times it happens. A very near and dear one dies. And that person is miserable, thinking of committing suicide and all that. But slowly, as they say, time is the best nurse. 1 year, 2 years, and slowly that person is up and kicking, ready to face the world. Isn't it? Memories are there, but the sorrows are not there. It's all because of apohanam. So Bhagavan in his infinite intelligence has created that mechanism whereby the deep impressions of the mind, they are also effaced. So Bhagavan says it's all happening because of me. So we have to understand everything. So these are all some of the samples given. The sunlight is because of me, the moonlight is because of me, the digestion is because of me. Knowledge is happening because of me, etc. These are all only the samples. In short, everything is because of me. That one verse which proclaims this is brahmārpanam brahmahavihi brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. The same idea is mentioned here. So while eating, Bhagavan says it is a yajna karma. So the fire inside the body is me. It's Brahman. The one who is offering is Brahman. The instrument with which it is offered is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. So the same idea is mentioned here. Other than Bhagavan, nothing else exists. Now the whole discussion is summarized in the next 3 verses. What is the discussion? Bhagavan himself is the Jiva. Bhagavan himself has become the Jagat. And therefore he is the most worshipful. So this idea is reiterated in the next 3 verses. Let us chant 16, 17, 18. No, one more section is remaining. Vedaischa sarvehi ahameva vedyah. I'm sorry, missed it. So what does Bhagavan say? Earlier verse, 15th one. Vedaischa sarvehi, in all the Vedas, what is being said? ahameva vedyah. I alone am the one to be known. In all the Vedas, if there is one thing to be known, it is me alone. So that is why all the Veda mantras start with Omkara. Om. Om means what? Bhagavān. Vedescha sarvehi ahameva vedyah Vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. I alone am Vedanta krit, the creator of Vedanta, and Vedavit, the knower of Vedanta. So I am the one to be known, I am the means of knowledge, and I am the knower also. Means there is nothing other than Bhagavān. Same idea. So when we read the scriptures, this bhavana should come. So all the scriptures are mentioning about whom? My own true nature, my own higher nature. So when we read the scriptures, we should feel as though we have kept a mirror in front of us. We are trying to know ourselves. Once Bhagavān Ramana Maharshi was found reading some scripture. So somebody asked him, Bhagavān, you have already realized, now why do you want to read these scriptures? So Bhagavān was telling, Bhagavān said, I just wanted to know what all things they have written about me. I just wanted to know what all things they have written about me. So this is the way we should read the scriptures. When it is said, Anantaha, Sarvavyapi, Satchidanandaha, don't say some Brahman somewhere is like this. You should feel it is me, my true nature. Now here Vedanta Krit is used. What is Vedanta Krit? Literally it means creator of Vedanta. But then Bhagwan Shankaracharya comments Vedanta Artha Sampradaya Krit. Means what? I am the one who keeps this Jnana Parampara alive. This Sampradaya. From Guru to Shishya, this Guru Shishya Parampara is there, where this great knowledge has been transferred from one generation to another. I am the one who is keeping it alive. So even today this Jnana Parampara is alive. Because of whom? Because of Bhagavān alone. What all kinds of troubles we have had in this country. So many invasions, so many wars. Britishers came and ruled us. Mughals came and ruled us. So many hundreds of years. But this Jnana Parampara was alive, isn't it? How do we know this Jnana Parampara was alive? The very fact that we are studying this shows that this was alive. Somewhere it was there and it was kept alive. So that is why we say it is what we call Sanatana Dharma. You can never put an end to it. Because it is dealing with the ultimate knowledge. It is said that Max Muller came to India mainly for conversions. So he then started translating all the Upanishads into English with the purpose of conversion. But what happened was, in the process of translation, he was converted. He said, what you call high thinking, noble idea. Ishavasya sarvam. See only Bhagavān alone everywhere. Yat kincha jagatyam jagat. There is none other than Bhagavān. We are all one. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Naturally, when the person was sitting there trying to translate, he was transformed. That is the glory of this knowledge. So here Bhagavān says, this Sampradaya, Guru Shishya Parampara, is also kept alive by me alone. Vedanta Krit, Vedavit. The knower also is me alone. So, Pramanam, Prameyam and Pramata, Bhagavān says, is me. Pramanam, the means of knowledge. Prameyam, the object of knowledge, and Pramata, the knower of knowledge. Bhagavan says, all the three are me. No, nothing else is left now. The knowledge is me, the means of knowledge is me, and the knower also is me. Now what is left? Nothing is left. So Bhagavan in short says, there is nothing other than me. Yes. Now the same idea is repeated. 16, 17, 18. Dvavimau purushau loke ksharascha evacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kūtastho uchyate uttamah purushastvanyah paramatmetyudahritah yo lokatrayamavishya bibhartyavyaya ishvarah yasmat ksharamati-toham aksharadabichottamah atosmi loke vedecha prathitah purushottamah dvavimau purushau loke kūtastho uchyate uttamah purushastvanyah paramatmetyudahritah yo lokatrayamavishya bibhartyavyaya ishvarah yasmat ksharamati-toham aksharadavichottamah atosmi loke vedecha. Yes. So Bhagavan says, Dvavimau purushau loke. In this world, there are two types of purushas. What are they? Ksharaha, Aksharaha. So there are two types of purushas in this world. One is Kshara Purusha, the other is Akshara Purusha. In all the other places, Akshara Purusha normally is taken for God, but here the meaning is different. So what are these Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha? Ksharaha sarvani bhutani. All the beings, animate or inanimate, moving or non-moving, is called Kshara Purusha. So whatever we see in this world, living or non-living, whatever you see, the manifest world is called Kshara Purusha. Kshara means what? Something which perishes. So whatever you see in this world, it is of perishing nature. Someday it was not, now it is, someday it will not be. It perishes. Therefore, whatever you see in this manifest world, it is called as Kshara Purusha. Then, what about Akshara Purusha? Kūtastha Aksharaha Uchyate. Akshara Purusha is called Kūtastha, nothing but Jivatma. Why is he called Akshara Purusha? This Jivatma has no death. So we have seen earlier, he was called Sanatanaha, isn't it? Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhutah Sanatanah, eternal. So this Jivatma is also eternal. Only the thing is the body dies, but his existence continues in different bodies, in different worlds, etc. So therefore this Jivatma is called what? Akshara Purusha. Akshara Purusha, imperishable being. Now why is this name Kutastha? He is called Kutastha. Kutastha means, Kuta means anvil, the one who remains like an anvil. So what is this anvil example? Very many places this term comes. Kutastha. One which remain like an anvil. So if you see, the blacksmith, he makes the iron red hot, keeps it on the anvil and beats it to shape. So what happens? The iron, the red hot iron which comes in contact with the anvil changes shape. What about the anvil itself? Anvil never changes shape. So anvil provides a changeless substratum for all the other changes to take place. So itself remaining changeless, it allows others to change. Isn't it? So in the same way, this Jivatma, who is none other than consciousness, this consciousness is the, what you call, changeless substratum around which all the changes are happening. So the consciousness identified with the BMI is Jivatma. So everything changes. The body changes, the mind changes, the intellect changes, the world around changes. Everything changes around the changeless substratum which is consciousness. So this Jivatma here is called Kutastha, the one who is experiencing change all around, himself becoming changeless. Right. So in this world, there are two types of Purushas. What are they? The perishable world, which is Kshara Purusha, and the Jivatma who is experiencing the world, who is Akshara Purusha. So one is experiencer, the other is the experienced world. So only two. Bhagavan said, no, there is a third one. So that is mentioned in verse number 17. Uttamah Purushaha tu Anyaha. Tu Anyaha, there is another one. Other than the Kshara Purusha and the Akshara Purusha, there is a third Purusha. Who is he? His name is Uttama Purusha. His name is Uttama Purusha. Who is he? Paramatma iti udahrataha. They say he is Paramatma. They say means who say? The scriptures, the Upanishads, the Vedas. They call him Paramatma. They call him Ishvaraha. They call him Avyayaha, the imperishable Supreme Lord, the Supreme Self. Uttama Purusha they call him. Why do they call him Uttama Purusha, the Supreme Lord? Because Yaha Lokatrayam Avishya Bibharti. Because he pervades all and nourishes all. He is the one who nourishes the Kshara Purusha and the Akshara Purusha. He is the one who pervades both of them and nourishes both of them. Therefore, he is neither Kshara nor Akshara, but he is Uttama Purusha, the Supreme Being. Supreme Being. Yatsmat Ksharaha Atitaha Aham Aksharadapi Chottamaha. Now suddenly Bhagavan says me. You see, earlier it is said that Uttama Purusha is Paramatma, it is Ishvara, etc. And in the next verse he says, since I am beyond Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha, I am also, therefore I am called as Uttama Purusha. Have you seen the difference? In verse number 17, Bhagavan says, other than Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha, there is another Purusha who is Uttama Purusha, who is called Paramatma, etc. In verse number 18, Bhagavān says, because I support this Akshara Purusha and what you call Kshara Purusha, therefore I am famously known as Uttama Purusha. So who is this Uttama Purusha? Bhagavān himself. And who is this Bhagavān? The Supreme Self. The Self in each and every one of us, the pure consciousness. Yatsmat Ksharaha Atitaham. Since I am beyond the Kshara, Akshāradapi cha Uttamaha, I am higher than the Akshara Purusha. Ataha, therefore, in this world loke, I am known as Pratitaha, I am known as Uttama Purushaha. So therefore this chapter's name is Purushottama Yoga. So that Purushottama has come from this word. In this world I am known as Uttama Purusha or Purushottamaha. Let us take the example of dream. So there is a dream world and there is an experiencer of dream world. So then the waker can say, I am neither the dream world nor the experiencer of the dream world. I am someone beyond the dreamer and the dream world. I am the one who is supporting the entire dreamer and the dream world. Can't he say that? Because other than the waker, there is no existence for the dream world or the dreamer. Exactly that way it is being said here. Or put in another words, these are all examples. The gold can say, I am beyond all the gold ornaments. I am the one who is supporting them. So golden necklace, golden ring, golden bangle, gold is beyond all of them. Why? It is the one which supports. Actually there is nothing called bangle, necklace, etc. They are all mere names of forms. Gold bangle minus bangle, what remains? Everything remains. Gold bangle minus gold, what remains? Nothing remains, isn't it? So actually this Nama Rupa has no meaning at all. This world is nothing but Nama Rupa. The Jiva is nothing but Nama Rupa. But what is the essence? What is the core? It is nothing but consciousness. So Bhagavan says, other than me nothing else exists. The Kshara Purusha and Akshara Purusha. So what is Kshara Purusha now? Jagat. What is Akshara Purusha? Jiva. So what is Bhagavan saying here? I, the Ishvara, himself has become the Jagat. I myself have become the Jiva also. So therefore, other than me, nothing exists. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. This is what is being said here. What exists is only Brahman. Jagat is Mithya. Jiva is also Mithya. What exists is only Bhagavan. And who is that Bhagavan? Our own self. And who is that self? The consciousness in us. The pure consciousness in us. So the teaching is over. Now the glory of this knowledge is mentioned in the next two verses. What happens to a person who knows this? Let us chant verse number 19. 19 and 20 we can chant. Yo mamevam sammudhaha janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etad buddhva buddhiman syat kritakrityascha bharata yo mamevamasambūdhaha janāti purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha etat buddhva buddhiman syat. Yes. So this way, the one who has known this Uttama Purusha. So the three Purushas to be known, what are they? Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha and Uttama Purusha. Now for Akshara Purusha, Bhagavān Shankaracharya has given a different meaning, other than the meaning here which was told. What is the meaning given there? Kshara Purusha is the manifest matter world. Akshara Purusha is the unmanifest matter. What is unmanifest matter? In the language of science, energy, which is not manifest, which you can't perceive, but it is present. So if there is a piece of paper, then that is the Kshara Purusha. But as you burn it, it is reduced to ash, isn't it? It is converted to light energy, heat energy, everything is gone. You don't see it. The creation in the form of energy, latent or what you call, in a potential form, especially when the world goes into delusion, dissolution, pralaya happens, the whole world is present but in a seed form, in an unmanifest form. So this unmanifest Prakriti is called as Akshara Purusha. This second definition, which is also beautiful. Because this Prakriti, as the science says, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another. The same way, whatever Prakriti you see, the forms will change, but that energy will remain, isn't it? So therefore also, that unmanifest matter can be called as Akshara Purusha. That's also a beautiful meaning. But one thing is for sure, whether it is Kshara Purusha or Akshara Purusha, it is not consciousness. That's the point. So now what does Bhagavan say here? Yaha mam evam janati. This way the one who knows me means whom? Purushottamam janati. I am the Uttama Purusha. In this way, the one who knows me, such a person becomes asammūdha. Mūdha means what? Ignorant. Sammūdha means what? A rank holder in ignorance. Very well deluded. Asammūdha means what? Not at all deluded. So he is in the world. He very much sees the world. He very much interacts with the world, but at the same time, not at all deluded by the power of Maya of God. Such a person is called asammūdaha. His understanding about life is very clear. He knows what is nitya, what is anitya. He knows what is real, what is unreal. So the one who has known this Purushottama, he becomes asammūda. One who knows the Purushottama means one who has known his true self. One who has known himself. Such a person becomes asammūdaha, sa sarvavit. He becomes an all-knower. There is nothing else which he needs to know. Yet jnātvā neha bhūyonyat jnātavyam avashishyate. Knowing which there is nothing else which he needs to know. Now don't ask, Swamiji, will he know the temperature in Mexico? Oh, that is also knowledge. How can you call him Sarvavit? 100 kilometers down the earth, which metal is present? Ask him. He is a Sarvavit, so he should answer all these questions. These are the natural questions which can come to our mind. Swamiji, can he read my mind? He is Sarvavit, so he must be able to read my mind. He must be able to predict the future. Now here when it is said Sarvavit, it is not in this limited context. See, it is something like this. You may not know what kind of ornament it is, where it is put, but you know that it is gold, isn't it? Some ornaments are like that. You don't know where to. For example, the ladies wear one ornament, some silver or I don't know. In the second finger they wear, in the leg. Only in some places they wear this. So you don't know what that ornament is, but you know what it is made of, isn't it? That is what is mentioned. You don't have to know the details of the world, but you know one thing, the substratum is nothing but consciousness. Just like in the dream, you need not know the details of the dream. Lot of things you might have seen in the dream, you need not know all of them. Once you wake up, you know the whole of dream is nothing but an illusion. So once you have known the dream as an illusion, suppose you just imagine. So close your eyes and try to imagine what all you have seen in the dream. You try to relive the dream, isn't it? So then, even though you are experiencing the dream, consciously, you know the whole thing is a bluff. So here, Sarvavit doesn't mean that all the details of the world he knows. No. Sarvavit only means whatever is seen has no existence other than the substratum which is consciousness. It is something like saying the one who has known clay has known all the, vessels made of clay. The one who has known water has known all waves. The one who has known wood has known all the furnitures. That way. So he becomes a Sarvavit, meaning there is nothing else for him to know. The most important thing to know in this world is, who am I? That is what is being said here. So Sarvavit, then what does he do? Sarva bhavena mam bhajati. Sarva bhavena, single-pointedly, wholeheartedly, mam bhajati, he worships me. He worships me means what? He sees only me. In the outer world also he is seeing only me. And when he sits for meditation also he is seeing only me. Inside or outside, he has only vision of mine. Sarvam Brahmamayam. Re Sarvam Brahmamayam. This is his vision. The vision of a Mahatma. From then onwards, nothing can delude him. He can never fall under the influence of Maya. So then Bhagavān says, Iti guhyatamam shastram idam uktam. Arjuna, I have given you the highest knowledge. Guhyatamam shastram. Guhyatamam means what? Guhya, guhyatara, guhyatama. Superlative. Guhya means what? Secret. Guhyatara, greater secret. Guhyatamam shastram means greatest secret. Arjuna, I have given you the greatest secret. Why is it called greatest secret? This knowledge is a great secret. Secret is something which majority of us don't know, isn't it? What is a secret? Very, 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 very rare few know it. Such a thing is called a secret. Now why is it called greatest secret? It is called greatest secret because even when it is told, we don't understand. We don't understand means akrutatmanaha achetasaha na anupashyanti. If the mind is impure, if the mind is not prepared, even when it is told, it is not known. This is one reason why it is secret. The second reason is, it is called secret because every one of us, we are searching for happiness. And where is that happiness? Don't say it is in me. Actually, that happiness is me. But where am I searching? I am of the nature of infinite happiness, but strangely, I am searching for happiness everywhere. Just imagine what a kind of secret it must be. Actually, I am searching for myself. In the whole world, what am I searching? I am searching for myself. Isn't it? I am searching for immortality. And who is that immortal? Me, myself. I am searching for Ananda. Who is it? It is actually me, myself. But I am searching in the world as though it is not here. So therefore it is Guhyatamam, the greatest secret. Arjuna, I am telling you because you are fit to receive this knowledge. Hey, Anagha. See the term used. How Arjuna is called by the name Anagha. Anagha means what? O sinless one. O sinless one, I am giving you this knowledge because you deserve it. I am giving you this knowledge because you will never find fault with this knowledge. Earlier it is said, Anasuyave. Oh Arjuna, there are so many qualifications in you because of which I cannot but give this knowledge to you. Later on you will find in the 18th chapter, Bhagavān himself says, don't give this knowledge to everyone, to any Tom, Dick and Harry. See the qualification of the person and then give. So what is the qualification necessary for this knowledge? Only one, purity of mind. A person who has a pure mind, he alone can absorb this knowledge. He alone can understand. He alone can appreciate. He alone can work for it. Yatanto yoginaha. He alone will strive for it. He alone will have faith in it. If your mind is pure, automatically you are attracted to this knowledge, in spite of yourself. So this knowledge has to be given only to the pure-hearted. So you may say, Swamiji, then why are you giving it in public? So there should be some entrance exam to test who is pure and impure. So Puji Gurudev used to say, that is why we have kept all the doors open. So those who are interested, those who are fit, those who really appreciate this knowledge, they will stay back. And all the others will be filtered out automatically. Either they will sit and sleep, or they will just get up and go. That is the kind of knowledge this is. Only the fit and the deserving, they alone will interestingly listen to it and work on it. So therefore no special entrance is needed. No special entrance test is needed. So, hey Anagha, I have given you this great knowledge. The greatest knowledge. It is greatest knowledge because the Jivatma becomes Paramatma. An ordinary little, helpless, hopeless, miserable individual, he knows himself to be the infinite and the immortal Bhagavān. So this knowledge is the greatest. But at the same time, the greatest secret. So in life, the most important knowledge is this knowledge. So what we should do? We should strive to gain this knowledge. And what is the qualification? Purity of mind is the qualification. We are not asking you whether you are a Brahmana. We are not asking whether you are a Hindu. No. You may belong to any religion, you may belong to any gender, you may belong to any caste, creed, nationality. The only qualification is, do you have a pure mind? If you have a pure mind, this knowledge, you are most welcome. You will get it. Definitely you will get it. So what should be the purpose of life? Can there be any other purpose? So here Bhagavān says, Etad buddhva buddhiman syat. You will become buddhiman, really intelligent. Without this knowledge, you are buddhuman. Though you may claim yourself to be buddhiman. Who is a truly buddhiman according to Bhagavān? According to Bhagavān, the one who has this knowledge, spiritual knowledge, is a really wise person, intelligent person. He is intelligent because he has chosen the best thing, the right thing in life. Amidst this, illusory world, to choose Bhagavān, it's not that easy. There are so many temptations on the way. The glitz and glamour will attract you. And as you live, you may forget the very purpose of life. So Bhagavān says, the one who has chosen this knowledge, this path, indeed he is buddhiman. Etad buddhva buddhiman syat krita krityascha. Bharata. He becomes a krita kritya. Krita kritya means what? Bhagavān Shankaracharya says, Kritam krityam kartavyam yena saha krita kritya. The one who has done krityam, kritya means kartavyam. Such a person who has done his duty, such a person is krita kritya. Krita kritya normally translated as the one who is fulfilled. Krita krityata means total fulfillment. So Bhagavān Shankaracharya says, the one who has that fulfillment that I have done the thing for which I am born. This is the very purpose of life and I have done it. This is the only responsibility, this is the only duty for the one who has been born in this world. And when you have done that, when you have achieved that, then there is a sense of fulfillment. So Swamiji, do you mean to say all of us should become Swamis and Sannyasis like you? That is not the point. Whether you are an external sannyasi or not, that is not the point. The point is, do you have this knowledge as the highest priority? You may be a family man. You may have wife, husband, children, responsibilities. You may have that, nothing wrong. But the point is, in life, what is the most important thing for you? Is the world the most important thing or God the most important thing? This makes all the difference. What are you striving for? What is the goal? What is the purpose of your life? We are not asking which ashrama you belong to, no. We are not asking your way of living, no. We are asking what is the goal of your living. So even while living in the world, even while performing all the duties in the world as a grihastha, you can reach here. Provided you are performing all actions for the sake of God. So this is the point. So in this you cannot give any excuse. The choice is yours. What should be the highest priority in life? Bhagavān says, keep me as the highest priority. Keep Bhagavān as the highest priority. If this is the way you are living your life, congratulations. You have taken the right path. Very soon, you are going to attain that infinite peace. That peace which passeth no understanding. That infinite bliss. for which we have all come to this world. The very purpose of coming to this world is to gain this knowledge. Don't worry whether when you are going to reach. That is not the point. The point is, have you chosen this path? Somewhere have you made up this mind that I must gain this knowledge. If this much is done, over a period of time, definitely you will gain it. Because the law of life is, whatever you intensely desire, you must get it. But the question is, have you intensely desired this? Sarva bhavena bhajanam. Has it happened? That is most important. So this way, this chapter, beautiful chapter, comes to an end. So if you summarize the whole thing, the first 2.5 verses deals with the samsara, the constant experience of change that we go through. That samsara is compared with a vriksha, a tree. And after that, Bhagavān says, this tree has to be chopped off. By what? Asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Tataf padam tat parimargitavyam. Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuvya. So here, if you find, so what are the sadhanas mentioned to chop off this tree? Sadhanas mentioned are, number one, vairagya, dispassion, because of which you can withdraw your mind from the unreal. Then tataf padam tat parimargitavyam, attaching the mind to the real, the pure consciousness. But this detaching and attaching is not possible unless you have purified the mind. So tameva chadyam purusham prapadye, developing devotion for God. And then cultivating a virtuous mind. Nirmana mohaha, jitasanga doshaha, adhyatmanitya vinivritta kamaha. Detaching through vairagya, attaching through viveka, and then developing a heart full of surrender, devotion, and a heart full of virtues. If these things are there, this samsara tree can be cut off. Then Bhagavān goes on to say, the whole, world is me, Jagat is me, myself, the Jivatma is me, myself, other than me, nothing else exists. And then in the last 2 verses, the benefits of gaining this knowledge. What are the benefits? Such a person becomes asammudaha, such a person becomes sarvavit, such a person becomes buddhiman, such a person becomes kritakrityaha. So many terms have been used to describe that Mahatma. Right? So with this beautiful chapter comes to an end. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Purushottama Yogo Nama Panchadashodhyayaha. Thus ends the 15th chapter named Purushottama Yoga. So what is the unique feature about this chapter? Only 20 verses. And also, this is the only chapter where Bhagavān calls it Shastram. Iti Guhyatamam Shastram. So in the beginning I had told why this chapter is called Shastram. What is the reason? All the important topics of spirituality have been covered in this chapter. So what are the important topics? Number 1, nature of Jiva. Number 2, nature of Jagat. Number 3, nature of samsara. What is bondage? Number 4, how to end this bondage. Number 5, Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikya is mentioned. And number 6, benefit of this spiritual knowledge. So these are the important topics in any spiritual text. All these topics have been covered in this chapter. Therefore, Bhagavān calls this chapter as Shastram. Right. So what does Bhagavān say? Thus, this 15th chapter named Purushottama Yoga. What happened in this chapter? Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. So here what happens is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. It's a samvada. A guru-shishya samvada is taking place here. And what is the content of this samvada? Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. So the content of this samvada is not some gossip. What is discussed is the highest goal, Brahma Vidya, the knowledge regarding the highest truth, and Yoga Shastra, how to reach it. So the path and the goal is mentioned here. And what is the content of this knowledge? It is nothing but Upanishads. So it is nothing but the essence of Upanishads. So Bhagavān is not giving his own version. Whatever we see here is nothing but the knowledge mentioned in the Upanishads. In the Upanishads means in the Vedas. In the beginning itself, that samsara vriksha, that simile is taken from Kathopanishad. So many similes are there. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham Gītāmritam mahat. So Sarvopanishado gavaha. All the cows can be compared to the Upanishads. Dogdha Gopalanandanaha. Who is the one who is milking the cows? Bhagavān Sri Krishna. Partho Vatsaha. Cow will not give milk unless there is a calf. So who is the calf? Arjuna is the calf. Then Sudhir Bhokta, milk has been milked. Who are the consumers of this nourishing milk? Sudhi, the wise people. Because only the wise people will go through such texts and discuss it. Sudhi Bhokta. And what about the milk? What is this milk? Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahat. This immortal drink. This milk is nothing but Bhagavad Gita. So, Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So, Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat means what? Thus we offer this unto the Lord. Where did Om Tat Sat come, by the way? Where was his explanation given? Those who have attended the 17th chapter. So, in the end of the 17th chapter, the whole of Om Tat Sat is given, which we had taken some few months back. Those who had attended, you might be remembering. Even if you forget, don't worry, that apohanam is because of Bhagavān only. So you can always blame Bhagavān. So this way, this beautiful chapter comes to an end. Whatever we have discussed, may we not forget. And may we, may our lives get transformed by this knowledge. And may we get that supreme state of immortality in this very same birth itself. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.